7 o'clock on the dot. Police are asking for your help identifying a woman who died while hiking the Chief in Squamish this weekend. For more on the story, we go to Greg Harper, who is standing by at the Chief. Greg.
Jody, I just got off the phone with Squamish RCMP, who still don't know who this woman is and are still trying to figure that out at this hour. We are here at the base of the Chief in Squamish here this morning. This is a very popular destination for rock climbers and for hikers as well. Police believe the woman was hiking when she fell to her death late Sunday afternoon. Investigators say she was likely in the area of the first peak of the Chief when this took place. She appears to have been hiking alone and had no identification on her at the time. The woman is Caucasian, believed to be in her late 20s or early 30s. She was described as having a medium build, blue eyes with short curly brown hair. And police say she was wearing a blue sports bra and green khaki shorts at the time. Squamish RCMP are asking for witnesses or anyone who may have some more information on this to give them a call. Jody?
All right, thank you very much. Hopefully this mystery is solved soon. Greg Harper reporting for us this morning from Squamish. Friends and family of a 17-year-old Kelowna girl who died Friday believe her death is drug-related. RCMP have yet to confirm details in connection with the death of Marissa Ginter, but those close to her say she was the victim of tainted ecstasy. Police announced Friday that a number of teens had been admitted to hospital for illnesses that appear to be tied to a bad batch of the party drug currently circulating in Kelowna. RCMP are expected to release an update later today. The drowning death of 2 teens and an avid fisherman has led to the development of an underwater search and rescue society. In May, a search team using sonar equipment recovered the bodies of Austin Kingsborough and Brendan Wilson, who drowned in Nicola Lake near Merritt. They were also able to locate the body of 59-year-old John Poole, who drowned in Shuswap Lake the same month. The team was hired by family and friends of the victims after an RCMP search proved unsuccessful. Now the families are trying to raise money to buy similar equipment and start an underwater recovery society in BC.
When the police came to the shoreline and said that they couldn't search anymore, it's a crushing defeat when that happens. Yeah. And so now you're lost, and what do you do? And we want to fill that gap.
The python that it believed to have killed 2 New Brunswick boys as they slept has been captured by police. The 5- and 7-year-old boys were sleeping over at the apartment of a young friend located over his father's exotic pet store. Police believe the African rock python escaped, made it upstairs, that is, through the ventilation system. Autopsies will be performed on the 2 boys later today. The owner of the store and his son were sleeping in another room and were not harmed. 2 Olympians representing Canada's Olympic team marched in Vancouver's Pride Parade Sunday, and amid growing controversy around human rights in Russia, the host of the next Games. Canadian Olympic officials say having the athletes represent Canada's Olympic team in the parade was an effort to spread a message of tolerance in the face of Russia's anti-gay laws and the upcoming 2014 Games in Sochi. This marks the first time the Canadian Olympic Committee has had athletes represent in a Pride festival. It plans to also have a presence in upcoming Pride celebrations in Ottawa, Calgary, and Montreal.
What kind of message are we sending to the Russian government about these sorts of human rights abuses when our athletes go and participate in Olympics? Even if they're safe, the rest of the Russian population aren't.
Snowboarder Mercedes Nichol and alpine skier Mike Janik will join us at around 7:40 this morning to talk about their participation in the parade. And you can go to our Facebook page to leave your opinion on what the Canadian Olympic Committee and the athletes should do in the face of Russia's new law. In other news, or a question, would you eat a burger that came from a lab rather than a cow? A Dutch university rolled out a patty made by multiplying stem cells from a living cow that could be on the market in 10 to 20 years. If it catches on, it could be a vital tool in combating global warming because meat products produce more greenhouse gases than driving cars. Whether it will catch on is another question. While the first prototype patty looks like meat and cooks like meat, initial samplers said the burger tasted merely close to meat. Not quite a ringing endorsement. 7:05, time for sports. Major League Baseball has handed down a 211-game suspension to Yankee slugger Alex Rodriguez. His was the harshest punishment of the 13 players linked to the Biogenesis of America labs, a Florida anti-aging clinic accused of distributing banned performance-enhancing drugs. The three-time MVP can still play in the MLB while he appeals his suspension.
And the Lions now 1st and 10 from the 20, their second trip to the red zone in this game. They fake the end around, and now look into the end zone. Gore! Touchdown!
A victorious BC day for the BC Lions. Travis Lulay threw 3 TD passes as the Lions beat the struggling Bombers 27-20. Winnipeg has lost 4 straight and fall to 1-5. Both teams now head into their bye weeks. And with the return of Super Mario, yesterday's BC Cup Day was billed as one of the best in years. Last year's Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes winner Mario Gutierrez was one of many jockeys out at Hastings Racecourse for the biggest day of the year in BC horse racing. Gutierrez started his racing career at Hastings Park after emigrating from Mexico in 2006. An estimated 10,000 people watched him take part in 5 races at this year's BC Cup Day. More than $325,000 was up for grabs at the 9-race event.
It just feels great. It feels awesome. It's like I have this connection with Hastings, Vancouver, and it's really good, you know.
Great spot to go hang out, maybe for a One Karma event, Michelle.
There you go. That's coming soon next weekend.
You betcha.